Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Platinator channel with Gravity Rush 2. Came out in 2017, 5 years after Gravity Rush 1 came out. So that means 2012, 10 years ago. 2017 is not that long. The game came out for the PlayStation 4. It says here it has 38 trophies, but if you go in, you'll see there is a DLC. I don't know if the DLC is included in the game like Gravity Rush. The DLC packs were included, and like I mentioned last week, it really helped with some trophies. But this game has 37 trophies. You'll see some of them are story related. There will be a lot of side missions. We see 40, but maybe I'm thinking 60, unless when it's 40 it's all of them. There's going to be a lot of trophies that you have to kill enemies in a certain way. There's going to be a collectible also to get the gems. There's going to be equipped stuff. It's going to be interesting. I don't know the story of this one. I'm going to play this game blind for the first time. I don't know the story. I really hope. I do know how the ending works, which got me sad, but it doesn't spoil the full game. I just know how the end happens. Yeah. When I read the roadmap to see how long it is, it says it's about 30 to 60 hours. So yeah, it's gonna be one of those long ones. Gonna need to focus a lot, but hey, it's the Platinator. We get stuff done. So there's only one more thing to say. Here we go. As all games start, we start with chapter 1 and we get a trophy. This is the first one that we did. It is a story related one. Then this is a gravity test where you do the tutorial. You get everything back. A Day in the Life of Cat is the first side quest that you do. Manga Set Sails. That's story related as well, where we go to a new city. New challenger, that's when I did the first challenge mission. I didn't tape it actually, but that's basically it. The first challenge mission. Then we have here a fighting trophy. You have to defeat 10 enemies in 10 seconds with the special ability, the one that you press triangle. And it was behind, I didn't notice that. Mining, this is a mining one, the mining expert. We get 3 talismans, we find 3 talismans. Cat's daily routine, that's when you do 20 side missions. This one, when you get the new gravity, Jupiter gravity, you have to defeat 5 enemies with that kick and you get that one. And then we finished another chapter and we get another story related trophy. As you can see, very fast. This one is when you equip the 3 types of talismans all at once, you get the trophy. This one here is Cat versus the World. It's when you defeat 1000 enemies. You'll get that naturally. This is the first fake out ending. When you finish chapter 2, you'll get this final chapter Ito, but you will get the trophy because you finished the chapter. That's the usual, and that's it. Healthy. And finally, we get the last chapter, the trophy for the last chapter. Fin, it's in French, and we are done with another game. No, not the plat, as you can see. We'll check here. The good thing about this, it's a DLC, but it's not embedded in the story like the Gravity Rush one. This one you can select, so it's not gonna interfere with our missions, or maybe won't give us a glitch to help, like last time. I did the story related mission trophies, and as you can see, I started on the 18th and I just finished the game on the 25th. I've been busy, I guess. Lots of stuff. Anyway, you saw the fake out ending and then you had to do the ending. I have thoughts about that. Anyway, we'll keep going. I did 27 missions. I think I'm on 30 at this moment. And as you can see, there is a lot of, fighting stuff to do that I didn't do. I will do that as well. I think one of the reasons is I haven't done the challenges. As you can see, I think I only did like 2 or 3 challenges so far, and I need to get a gold in all of the challenges. And I think while doing these challenges, I might end up doing some of these, I hope at least. Then there is the talisman. There's a lot of things to find out. You see, discover, complete the immense collection, whatever. There's a lot of things to do, and this is I'm gonna get it along the way to get all the gems. Anyway, let's continue and let's platinate this game. Well, this part's gonna be a bit bigger, but Cats over working overtime is when we did 40 side quests. Lifetime Service Award when you do 60 side quests, all of them. Then we get this one, the gold medalist. I did all the challenges and we got gold. But at this moment I got all of them at once. So I got the bronze medalist, the silver medalist, and we're gonna get the gold medalist. Actually, it's very fun to do these challenges. I thought they would be harder and they mixed the styles, which was very good. Then this is when you merge 3 talismans. So you're gonna need 6. You merge all of them 3 times, and you get the trophy. This is actually really fun. Basically, this is Cat's house from the first game. I'm pretty sure you remember it. And as you go on doing the game, you will always get items for your house, and you have to equip 9 of them. I don't know why mirrors and the other ones are locked. Even when I finished the game, they didn't unlock, and they weren't necessary for the trophy. I don't know if it's a DLC thing. You have to play with Raven, and you get the items for the house. But it was very interesting. You could put the house how you wanted. You even have the cat's bed, like Dusty deserves to have a house as well. And yeah, it's a bit Sims-like, I guess, where you can build your own house, I guess. Even a television. Cats live in large. Just says she lives in the sewer. A house is what you make out of it. At this point, I was like, okay, why isn't the trophy popping? I'm like going back and forth because the trophy didn't pop here. I'm like, why is it? And I was like, maybe I need to leave. Maybe I'll need to leave. So any second now, I will be leaving, you see, and I get the pipe coordinator. Then while you're in the house, what you need to do, we're gonna do fighting trophies, okay? There were some trophies I didn't do, like throwing objects in the different gravities and the special attack. So what you need to do is go to the chapter 18, and then when you reach this area, you will want the enemies to gang up, basically. You need them to gang up a little bit, because we're gonna do the lunar throw. As you can see, I'm in lunar mode. I'm gonna get some stuff, and I need to hit, I think it's 3 with the throwing. You see, it starts spinning. It's spinning now, and I get the lunar vortex. Then on the same area, I need to do the same thing, but with the Jupiter throw, with the Jupiter gravity. So I need them to gang up. I need to throw and hit 3 at the same time and get ball of destruction. Again, I don't know why I didn't do the fighting trophies. That didn't show up. I have to kill 10 enemies in 10 seconds with the special with the Jupiter gravity. You could also do the same thing with the lunar gravity, but I didn't do it here. I did it somewhere else. And this is a dungeon crawler, and you need to reach the 3rd level. So you have challenges. You have to defeat the enemies, and when you reach the 1st level or 3rd layer, you get mining instructions. This is while I was doing these mining ones. This is where I got the special attack, the 10 seconds, 10 enemies in 10 seconds with the special from the moon gravity. This one is where you have to get all the transport, the warp, I'm forgetting now, the sewer lids, yeah. And this is where it gets boring. Basically, you have a camera. They give you a camera during the game, and you need to take pictures, 40 pictures, but it's separated in 4 trophies. So it's 10, 10, 10, or 10. I don't know. It's 50. I don't know. I don't remember. But they don't give you extra instructions why you have to do these people. But there's guides online, and they can show you what you need to do. And yeah, the first 2, it's 10 pictures of men. Second, 10 pictures of women. This one is 10 pictures of places to visit, and Herseville and the Yargan Pal or something. I don't know how to say that name. It's really weird. Yeah, then you have these pictures here, which is, yeah, Herseville. Wow, it's really weird. Or is it 60? I don't know. It's a lot of. It was a pain in the ass to do this. I spent a couple of hours doing this, following a guide. So trust me, follow a guide, and you'll do it easy. It just takes a lot of time. Then we finish with the pictures. Then the Rift Hunter. The Rift Hunter. It's gonna be very fast, but you can manipulate this trophy, and you need to kill these 5 enemies in all the mining areas. So each mining area has one, and yeah, and that's how you get the Rift Hunter trophy. Okay, for our last trophy before we plat this game, basically you need to power up Cat, and I don't think we'll be able to do that during the normal game, so you'll need to farm. And the best place I found after some research is on chapter 19 by this area where you have to slide, and I'll show you exactly what you need to do, okay, so you can farm this place so you don't have to start the chapter all over again. So basically you start going by sliding down. You're gonna get about 400 and something gems here. So I like to go up here, avoid the monsters so we don't go being knocked down, always avoiding them. Then there's a trick here that you can go either left or right. I'd rather go right here because these gems give more. These gems here give 10 each, and the other ones just give 1. And from here it's just smooth sailing, nothing serious. I like to do this part here to grab these gems. It's only 5, but if you put 5 every, I don't know, 30, 40 tries that you might do, it's gonna make a difference. And there you go. Then what you need to do is this. You need to save, okay? You save the game. As you'll see, I have a save spot here already. Basically, yes, you save the game, and then you have to load the game, the same save file that you did. You just load that save file, and you'll start at the beginning. You'll see where we will start, and the gems are there to capture, and you have the same amount of gems that you finish the round. You see, the gems are here. I'm just gonna wait for the display tutorial to leave so we can go and power up the last ability for Cat. My suggestion is you want talismans, you have to get a gem attractor and slide converter, which lowers the amount of energy required from gravity slide and speeds up the gravity slide while in Jupiter style, so the accelerator and the slide converter. Those are the best ones. Then yeah, just go and power up, as you can see, almost everything. Oh yeah, also when you're going to do this, try to have the slide on max so you can have the super armor, so you can just run through the enemies, not the big ones but the small ones. And we power up, and there you go, Power Cat, and another platin for the Platinator. I'll go for my game review now. I'm not gonna lie, this one was a pain in the ass. Not because it was that hard to get, I was just super busy. You see, I started the game on the 18 and I finished on the 29. I did a lot of stuff, I had a lot of FIFA content to do because by the time I was doing this, FIFA is almost out. It's like less than 1 month to come out. You'll be watching this, FIFA has been out for a while, but I took a long time. But there's some issues. I think the game stretched too long. But before I get to that, we noticed the difference from Gravity Rush 2 to Gravity Rush 1, especially on the way the character moves. You feel everything is more fluid. I really like that. The world that we started the game in looked really good. Very interesting characters. It went from I'm gonna say maybe noir, like when you played Gravity Rush 1, I feel like the city was a bit dark. Even during the day, it felt like a dark city. And then you go to Jirgapanlao, and I think that's how you say that. But it's very open, it's very clear, it's perfect to do the vertical traversing of the game. I think that was a very, very, very good improvement. And they made a very good story with that. With, well, I don't want to spoil too much, but with the revolution, and that's basically chapter one. Then chapter two, you go back to the city from the first game, Heskerville. Is that how you say? Heskerville, Exeville. I don't know how to say this. It's really hard to say. And it starts like there's a time split, but you basically do the same thing as chapter one, just in a different place. There's a bad guy. You have to. He's in power. You have to do a revolution again to whatever, and this is where the game gets weird, because I think the game lost notion of what it was. Because when you are finishing the Eskerville chapter, it's really the boss battle. It's very Resident Evil. If when you play the game, if you play the game, you'll understand what I'm saying. I didn't show it during the game because spoilers. Okay, I guess, but it's very very Resident Evil, and that's where you get the fake ending that we already saw that I mentioned before. That's where we get the fake ending. Then we go for the final chapter, the Ito chapter, where you, and this is where I thought where the game ended. Okay, this is where I thought where the game ended because I was spoiled that the ending of the game was right at the start of the first one, so it did a full circle. But actually, it's not like that. It does show you how you go, how you end up in the situation of the first game. So you'd have like a backstory. But I really think this wasn't necessary. I think when you finish this chapter, I think you're in 21 chapters in total, and then you play 6 more for this one. I think that if you finished on this one and you made a second smaller game with this one, or maybe even a DLC, but well, DLC would be a bit. But if you made a third game with the Ito chapter, you could expand because there were story beats there that I was like, oh, this is interesting. This is they were interesting, but they run away from the main game because this chapter is completely linear. While the other ones you can explore, do this and do that. This one is you're in the palace, you do this, you go like on the mystery, then you fight enemies, and then it's very linear, and it lost what the game was in the previous 2 chapters in the first game. So I didn't like this one. Maybe if it was like a Gravity Rush free, they could explore so much more because they do leave a lot of open questions. Maybe they were preparing a Gravity Rush free and it never went forward. I don't know what happened there, but yeah, that's my opinion of the game. It's still very good. They really improved from the first one with putting different gravity styles. Basically, if you play one, you have the normal gravity, and this one you'll have a lunar gravity, which is less gravity, so you can spend more time on the air. You'll have the Jupiter gravity, which is a lot heavier. They did something really good. The only thing they didn't fix, which I assume it's terribly hard to do, would be the cameras. The cameras sometimes is really hard, and to aim it was a pain in the ass sometimes to aim. But yeah, besides that, I did enjoy the game. How many platinums are we at? I don't even know. Let me see. For trophies, 137. Oh, this is the one we're doing on stream. Yeah, that's good. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the DLC, by the way. I'm looking at it. I'm not gonna do the DLC. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed these 2 Gravity Rush games. I don't know what's gonna be next week, but if I'm doing my maths right, maybe it's a horror game. I don't know, because I want to do a horror episode. Okay, I want to do a horror one, and I don't know if time, but I will see. I don't know. Next week is gonna be a surprise. Let's go like that. Next week it's a surprise. Thank you so much for visiting the Platinator channel. Please leave a like, a comment, hit the bell icon, share. You know all those little things that make us grow. And hasta la vista, baby.